Hi guys, and welcome back to our FIFA 21 Sunderland at Road to Glory career mode. Now it feels like it's been so long since we've last done this series. It's only been a week, but it feels so much longer. So last episode we did the season review for the first season, where of course we have been promoted from League One and we're now in the Championship. So in this episode it's all about the transfer window. So my plan for this episode is essentially to get a lot of our transfer window done, get through the pre-season friendlies or the pre-season tournament, which I am going to just quick send a lot of them, and hopefully we do get as much money as humanly possible. I probably could play them, just to make sure we do get maximum money, but I'm not going to do that. I never have done. I'm not going to break that now. So we are going to simulate through that. And then we are going to end the episode with the first game of the championship season against Sheffield Wednesday, where of course we are now going up to legendary difficulty. Now, off camera, a few days ago, I did try legendary difficulty. I haven't really touched it too much in this FIFA. Pretty much every game I've played in this FIFA so far, you've seen me play. I haven't really played off camera too much anyway. And I was Sunderland, and I just played against a host of different sort of clubs that were around the same sort of level. And I played about 7 or 8 games, and I'm pretty sure I lost almost every single one of them. They were close games, don't get me wrong, but I just felt like on the legendary difficulty, every single time the opposition came forward, they scored. And it was almost impossible. So if we win this game against Sheffield Wednesday, it would be massive for my confidence, because I was infuriated the other night when I did have a few games, as I say. I just couldn't seem to win at all. There was a lot of sort of 2-1s, 3-2s, but I couldn't win. I won one game, I think, and it was 1-0 and the most scrappy game on earth, but the rest of it, I pretty much got absolutely tanked. So this could be an interesting season. So getting onto the transfer window. So I have made a little sort of a little list here of bullet points of the kind of players and the kind of things I want to go for. Everything I've got down on my list here are things that I have been studying from your guys' comments. There's a mixture of different things. So I'm going to try and fly through it as quick as possible, because otherwise we're going to be here all day. So basically, the first thing I'm going to do is release a couple of the youngsters. Now, the reason I do that is because I've already mentioned a couple of the youngsters who I've tried to loan out in the past. They're just not going anywhere. They just won't leave. Every time we get a loan offer in, they reject it. And now it has also glitched, so a lot of them, I can't take them off the loan list. It's keeping them on the loan list. No one's going to come with a transfer, or at least it'd be very rare to come by. So, a couple of the players I'm going to release. I know in real life I am a big fan of this lad, and I know a lot of you guys will be as well. But it's going to be Dan Neil. I am going to release Dan Neil. In fact, it does say he's transfer listed now, which is quite strange. But he won't go. So I'm going to release him anyway. So release Dan Neil. Now, also, the other one is going to be Hackett, who is also stuck on the loan list. That is 2 players out of 2. You can't release any more players per season. So I know some of you guys might not be particularly happy with that, but I need to shred this squad down because it's getting pretty heavy now, particularly with the youth squad and the youth scout reports that are coming through, and we're bringing more players in. So that's just sort of the tip of the iceberg of what I'm going to try and do in this episode. So in terms of players on the transfer list, of course, we do have Feeney, who is already transfer listed. Jamali is going to be leaving very shortly. He's going out to a team that I can't pronounce. So I think he's going for nearly $1 million or something like that. So that is going to boost our transfer budget a little bit more as well. And I'm also going to put, hear me out, because I have been reading some comments, Burge is going to be going on the transfer list. So he's going to go on the transfer list. And the reason I do that is because obviously he's got his play time, his play performance, and he played a lot last season. And he is only rated 65 because I did play him for 99.9% of the games in goal last season. That will boost his value. So even though he is rated lower and we have used him a lot, we're going to sell him. I am going to look to bring in another goalkeeper ahead of Remy Matthews, who is going to be our sort of backup goalkeeper for this season. Anthony Patterson is also going to go onto the transfer list because we do have Andrews here, who's 16, is already rated higher than him. He's going to be the 3rd choice goalkeeper. Now, also on the transfer list, we are going to have Power as well, because we have an abundance of central midfielders, and Max Power, although he is our captain, it is less rated than George Dobson, who's a player who could also go, by the way. It has been mentioned, and as you can probably tell by the way I'm talking about different players, there's going to be a massive mix around in this transfer window. So Max Power is also going to go on the transfer list. George Dobson is going to remain for now, and I say for now because there is a chance he could be going as well. But now to the more exciting stuff, and that is signing players. One of the main things that you guys did let me know in the comments of the season review was free agents, something I haven't really looked at too much. We did bring in Brad Smith, I believe his name. It is Brad Smith, isn't it? Yeah, Brad Smith. We brought him in last season on a short-term contract to just give Denver Hume a little bit of rest time, basically, because Denver Hume is our #1 left back. So there is even a chance of Brad Smith going as well, which was something that has been suggested. You're probably thinking I'm all over the place right now. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry, guys. Hopefully, my plans do actually go to plan. They don't often go as smoothly as I hope, but hopefully they do. So free agents, first and foremost, there's a couple I've looked up. And it's pretty mad. There's a couple of really, really good ones that I'm going to go for. So first and foremost, we have Tosin Adarabioyo, former Manchester City man, who is now on the free agent list, which is mad because I said we needed a young centre-back to replace Feeney, who was going to go out. Jamal is going out as well. So Adarabioyo is absolutely ideal. So he's the first person we are going to go for. Now, you guys have seen me do negotiations a million times. So just to, for the sake of the pace and the speed of the episode, I'm going to fly through this really quickly. Okay, so that is it. We have managed to seal Tosin Adarabioyo on a 4-year deal. He did want quite a heavy wage because he'd been at the likes of Fulham and Manchester City in the past. So we expected that. But there is our first signing, Tosin Adarabioyo. As you can see, £20,000 a week, which is really, really heavy. But his rate is 71. He's probably going to go even straight into the side, if anything. We've still got the likes of Bailey Wright in there. And of course, Jordan Willis, 2 more experienced centre-backs as well. But we do have another couple of free agents to go for. So as you can see, the strikers that we do have right now, we have French, we have Grigg, we have Jones, and I'd like to get one more striker in, and it is a free agent. It is a young lad, because we've already got French, we've got Jones, who are young. I get that, and I know some people don't like me getting too many young players, but I've already said my piece on EA and how they treat older players, and it's kind of spoiling it a little bit. But at the same time, I do like to bring young players in. So there is a young striker who is currently on the free agent list as well, who I don't know much about at all, but I have come across him and I really want to sign him. And it is this man here, Ellis Sims, former Everton striker. Now, I believe he'll probably be sort of 67, maybe 68 rated, potentially anyway. But it basically just means that we have 2 sets of squads. Of course, I use my first team squad and my second string squad, and both teams can use the 4-4-2 that I do like to use. Because then Ellis Sims can get game time with the reserves and vice versa. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do with him. I am going to add him to the shortlist and then try and get him into the club. So here he is, Ellis Sims, 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, which is decent as well. He'll have a little bit of pace about him, but just someone else we can work on around Will Grigg and French and Jones as well. And I just want to get an abundance of quality, because right now we have plenty of youngsters in there, but some of them that were already with the club, obviously nowhere near good enough. There's some players that I really just don't think are good enough for the Championship in general. He wants an important squad role, which is a little bit frustrating. I'll try sporadic, or rotation, should I say. Don't know whether he's going to go for it. He's not going to go for it. He wants an important squad role. But either way, yeah, so what I'm trying to aim for is a squad that is capable of at least staying up in the Championship on a budget, because you know how tight our budget is. If we had an extra 10 million, we might be able to just buy 2 or 3 really big players that will help us. But we are really doing this on a shoestring budget. We'll give him a 5-year deal because he is young as well. And hopefully we can agree a contract, a wage. He wants £3,400. That's fine. I'm going to accept that. So that is Ellis Sims, our second signing already. Another free agent through the door. There he is. He's rated 66. Ellis Sims. He's already rated higher than Will Grigg. So that's 2 really good, solid signings to start off this transfer window. Now there is one more free agent, should I say, that I am going to go for, and it's a little bit, not overkill, but it's not 100% or 1,000% necessary. But because of the quality of the player, I don't really want to miss out on it. And it is another left back, which for me would mean that we're going to have to put someone like Smith. Well, we are going to have to put Smith on the transfer list as well, or at least use him as leverage to get another player in. I know what I'm doing, guys. Don't worry. I've got this written down, and it makes sense in the end. It all seems a bit messy at the minute, but hopefully at the end you'll understand what I'm trying to achieve here. And it is this man here, Juan Miranda, 21 years of age. Again, it's another youngster, which is pretty mad. That these players are being allowed to leave the club on or club, should I say, on a free agent. He was formerly of Real Betis, so a decent little player, and another player who can work alongside Denver Hume and to a very, very decent level as well. Whereas Brad Smith is kind of petered out. He's rated 69. I can't see him getting too much better than that. In my head right now, Denver Hume is still 100% our first choice left back, but to get really good quality competition in is key for me. So I'm going to try and bring in Miranda as well. I do believe he's around 70 rated maybe, so it's a very, very similar rating to Denver Hume already, which I actually really like. Okay, so he wants a 7k wage and a crucial squad role, a 4-year deal. I'll take that. So there we go. That's our third signing already. We have Adebayo, Sims, and Miranda, who, as you can see, is rated 72, which I think is actually one rating above Denver Hume. But I just think that's such a solid signing for the Championship. And the amount of guys, the amount of comments I saw in the last episode telling me to go free agents, thank you so much, because I didn't realise how good they were this year. They are actually really good, and usually it's just the same batch of players from like China and South Korea and stuff like that, and Japan, that are usually just the same batch in the free agents. But this year it's actually quite realistic in the sense that you can pick up a few decent little gems. So that is us really done in the free agents, according to my list anyway. And this list I've written down, and this is my Bible for this episode pretty much. So everything is going to plan. Everything's going according to plan so far. But now we are going to up the ante just a little bit. So Martin van der Voort is a goalkeeper we've had in the shortlist since the beginning of last season, because you guys just kept on suggesting him non-stop. And I did say I put Burge on the transfer list. Remy Matthews would be our second string goalkeeper, with the other youngster as well being the third string choice. So this is going to be our next signing. A bit more of an exciting one. It will be quite a heavy fee. I would imagine I'd have to pay for him. I'll try and get as cheap as humanly possible, because I think he may be in his last year of his contract. So I might try and be really cheeky and offer quite a bit less than what they want. We'll see what we can do anyway. I'm getting really excited now, by the way. I'm actually getting really excited. I hope all this comes together, by the way, particularly with the players who are going out. But let's offer a transfer fee. He's worth 3.9. I might offer 3.5 just to be cheeky. They're probably going to walk away from this, aren't they? Probably going to walk away from it. 4.2. Wow. Okay, I did not expect it to be that low at all. Okay, so we'll see if we can push it down a little bit more. We originally put 3.5, didn't we? 3.85. What do you think to that? If they walk away, I'll be really annoyed. Please don't walk away. Okay, he's happy with it. 3.85 million for Van der Voort. I am absolutely buzzing with that. I did not expect him to allow him to go for that cheap at all. We are flying. We are flying, guys. I've got written down here 4.5 million for Van der Voort. Around, we might be able to get him for anyway, because I have done my my research. I do my research, guys, I'm telling you. I'll put him as an important squad role, which he's happy with. 4-year deal, I'll be able to bump that up to a 5. Lovely. Disregard the release clause. Currently on 2.9k, so I'll offer 3. See what he says to that. Please, please don't walk away. Please don't walk away. He wants 3.8. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. We'll accept that. And that is Van der Voort through the door. A really, really good goalkeeper. So another young player. A lot of these players that I am bringing in are young. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But I just think it's necessary to build. I did say that I really wanted to change his squad around and really revamp it. And I think this is a brilliant start to doing just that. So there's Van der Voort, 71 rated, now a Sunderland goalkeeper and our new number 1. Now, my next move was to actually get some better backup on the right-hand side of defence. Of course, at the minute, we do have Luke O'Nien, and the only player he has in competition with him is Conor McLaughlin, and he's been really poor, and I haven't really used him at all. His rating isn't good enough, and I'm looking at this lad here, Joshua Emmanuel from Hull, a realistic signing, 23, so he's kind of young, I guess. But I think what I would like to try and do is basically try and get a straight swap going. Joshua Emmanuel, and then try and chuck Conor McLaughlin in there, and then maybe throw like $1 million on him, because, you know, it is a pacey, strong right back, and it's, again, really decent competition, and a realistic signing at that, to be fair. So yeah, some good competition for Luke O'Nien. Now, will they take Conor McLaughlin? That is the question. Will they take him? Let's have a look. So we've got Brad Smith. I could even chuck Brad Smith in there, to be fair. That's worth a lot more. But I will try and get rid of McLaughlin. He's only rated 65. He's aging as well, Conor McLaughlin. We'll throw that in there. Offer a transfer fee of, let's say 750k, maybe. See what they say to that. Please take him. Please take him. Okay, right. This is pretty much bang on what I've just said, isn't it? 1.05 they want. I'll try and bring that down just a little bit. Propose new transfer fee. Please don't mess around. Please don't mess me around. 950k, just to be cheap. 950k. Conor McLaughlin. Are you happy with that? Yes! Okay, there we go. That's that in the bag. Well, it's not fully done yet, but we've nearly done it. So that'd be really, really good competition for Luke O'Nien on that right side of defence. Stick him on a 5-year deal, which he's happy with. Release clause, of course not. We don't want to let any players slip through our fingers too easily. He's on 5,200. Let's be cheeky. Offer 5,000. Will he take it? Please, just take it. 6,500 and some bonuses as well. I'll just accept it. So that is that one done as well. We're absolutely flying. Everything's going smoothly. So now, as you can see, we have made, is it 5 signings? Yes, 5 signings. Van der Voort, Emmanuel, Adebayo, Ellis Sims, and Juan Miranda as well. So now the next signing, which is actually the final signing on my list, is a player who has been suggested several times as well, and it is this lad here, Noni Madueke from PSV. He's an English lad as well, which I like. I quite like the idea of bringing English youth from abroad who have somehow found themselves in the system away from England. I like the thought of trying to bring them back and try and make a name of themselves back in their home nation. I quite like the idea of that, and it has been suggested a hell of a lot. But the only thing is, it's worth quite a lot of money. We're looking at anywhere between sort of like 7 million and 10 million, maybe even a little bit more than that, which of course we don't have right now. So this transfer for Madueke, it's essentially relying on how we do in the pre-season tournament and selling other players as well. So of course if Burge goes, Power goes, we might have to sell another player, and of course pre-season tournament, we're getting money from the Jamali deal as well, and then maybe we could see what we can do from there. But for now, I'm really, really happy with what we've done in the transfer window. But there is confirmation that Jamali has left the club, so that will add a little bit more money into our transfer budget as well. Not a massive amount, but we're still looking a little bit healthier if we do have a look at our transfer budget there. Yeah, 4.6 million, which we are trying to build up towards getting ourselves Madueke, which I think would just be a brilliant signing. The sort of marquee signing for our season to take us forward. He can play in the right and as a striker as well, which is really useful. But now we are going to be simulating this game, a quick sim game at the stadium. Let's quick sim this one. Will we get ourselves a nice result? Please, yes, 2-1, that'll do. It's a late goal from Lyndon Gooch, which seals the deal for us. So if you look at our squads now, I love how they both look. They both look very, very competitive. Like here we have like Hume, Adebayo, Willis, O'Nien, Dembele, Power, Scowen, Gooch, and French and Jones up top. Then in the other side, in our reserve side, we still have Sims, Grigg, O'Brien, Winkler, Bryce, Embleton, Emmanuel, Collins, Wright, Miranda, and Matthews as well. So it's two really, really decent squads going forward, and that's what I'm trying to build up. Just two squads that we can use, because these games do come thick and fast. Fitness goes down really bad, so it's good to be able to fall back on players that are just as good of what you've already got. But now we are going to be simulating this next game against Santa Clara. It's a quick sim game with our reserve squad I am going to use. Hopefully they manage to get the job done, and they lose by 3-1, which is not ideal at all. But we do now have a transfer offer for Lee Burge, 820k, and it actually says is anywhere between 550 and 800k. They've already offered more than what we should really be asking for, and that's what I mean, because we played them so much last season. They're going to offer that little bit more, aren't they? 820k, I'm going to accept that, and hopefully that goes through. Oh, and we've actually just got the development plan for Josh Scowen, which is really good, because I went to change him to a central midfielder absolutely ages ago, and it's finally being completed, and now we'll just stick him on a box-to-box training program, and hopefully he will improve very shortly. But now we do have the final game of the group stages. I will use our first string squad for this one and do a quick sim. Come on, lads, please. If we lose, it's not the end of the world, but it's just we need the money. And we draw 1-1, so I don't know how that's going to leave us. I didn't have a proper look at the table. Yeah, unfortunately, we've been knocked out, which again isn't ideal. Things are always thrown up in these transfer windows, but there is confirmation that Burge has been sold, and Josh Scowen has been injured, and he's now out for 3 months. That is absolutely infuriating, and we really didn't get that much of a boost from the pre-season tournament. You're probably screaming at the screen right now saying, like, why didn't you just play them? I just don't want to. That's the be-all and end-all of it. In fact, what I might do is actually just try and go in for Madueke now and see what would happen if I tried to throw someone else in the mix. Maybe one of our youngsters, because PSV are quite well known for obviously bringing their youth through. So maybe I could try and work something around that way. We'll have to see. If it doesn't work, and we'll still have another week before the first game of the season to try and raise some funds. But let's have a look at Noni Madueke and see if we can try and arrange some kind of deal. I don't think we have the funds to really pull this one off, in all honesty, right now. But I'll see what I can do. 6 million, and Clifford, who is one of our youngsters, who's worth 675k. No, is not happy with that at all. So we'll have to come back to that one. And of course, now with this injury to Scowen, that's really thrown a spanner in the works. Although we do have plenty of central midfielders that we can use. Still very frustrating nevertheless, because I do really like using Scowen. But now we do actually have an offer for Remy Matthews, which is it's something else that's thrown a spanner in the works now, because I wanted to use him as our number 2. But that money could really go well and go far towards Madueke. And we do have that youngster who is going to be training, and he will improve a little bit this season. Oh, I know a lot of people like to have 3 goalkeepers. I might see if I can get about 1.4 for him. If I can get that, then I'll accept it. If not, then I don't know. You might think I'm being really daft here, but we have just brought in Van der Voort. You don't often change the goalkeepers too much anyway. So I think I might just go for this, you know. We need the money. 1.4 million. What do they think to that? Let's have a look. Okay, he's happy with it. 1.4 million we could be bringing in or getting from this sale if it does go through. But now we do have a transfer offer for Max Power, and they're willing to offer Unai Medina and 440k. I don't know who this Medina is, so we can have a look at it and just see who he is. View the exchange player. Who is he? He's a 31-year-old right back who's rated 68. It's just pointless. No, we don't want that. So we'll negotiate it and see if we can just get, say, 1.4, 1.5 million for him. You might be thinking this is daft because, of course, Scowen's just been injured as well. But we do still have Dobson, Winkler, we have Bryce, Embleton can play there. So there are still players in there. Maybe not to the level that I would have liked. We'll remove this exchange player. Proposed transfer fee. 1.5 million is what I would like for him. If that's not good enough, then they're going to have to just leave us alone because... Oh, no, they're happy with it. 1.5 million for Max Power, which could take us up to the numbers that we might need for Madueke. You might think I'm just smashing the squad here now, guys, and I'm kind of panicking myself because this isn't how I expected this to go. But that is confirmation that Remy Matthews has been sold. That definitely was not in the plan at all, but we are going to be getting 1 million added to our transfer budget for that, and there is Feeney as well. We have an offer for Morgan Feeney, 1.25 million. From New York City FC. We could try and get a little bit more. I'll try and just get an extra 100k out of it. 1.35 million, they're happy with that. Things are slowly starting to come together now. And if we have a little bit of money left over, I might even go for another central midfielder to try and fill up the gap of course, the injury of Scowen and Power, who's going to be going. We'll see anyway. I did already say that we're quite heavy in that department. But we'll have to take a step back and have a look at it. But there is confirmation that Max Power has been sold and 1.1 million will be allocated to our transfer budget. And the revamp of this squad is well and truly underway. And we now have 8.6 million in the transfer budget. And I don't think that Madueke would necessarily have a massive wage either because he is still quite young. 9.5 million. Okay, right. I'm going to go back in for Madueke, I think, as soon as possible anyway. And there's confirmation as well that Feeney has been sold, and that is another million that has been added to our transfer budget. So if we have a look at our squad now, we have 3 goalkeepers. We have Patterson, Andrews and Van der Voort. Of course, Patterson and Andrews aren't the greatest, but Andrews is only 16. He will improve. Maybe not greatly, but he will improve nevertheless. We have, we'll actually have 3 left backs now. I'm going to put Brad Smith up for sale because we don't need 3 left backs. In terms of the centre backs, we're looking okay with Collins, Wright, Willis and Adebayo. I'm happy with that. Taylor is on the loan list, but we can't take him off it for some reason. Hopefully someone does come in for him somehow. On the wings, of course, Kieran Dunn, I'd like to get rid of him, but again, he's another player that is still stuck on the loan list. But we have O'Brien and Dembele. Now in the middle, Scowen is injured, unfortunately. We have Wyatt, who might have to come in at some point. Dobson as well, Winkler and Bryce can play there, as well as Embleton. They're not the highest quality in terms of rating, which is quite frustrating, so we might need to dip into the transfer market again for another central midfielder. Now we do have a couple of youngsters here who I'm quite happy to sell. They are both on the transfer list. Gooch, of course, on the left-hand side, who can play on the right as well. I usually play him on the right-hand side. A couple more youngsters here with Moore and Diamond. Diamond is on the transfer list. Clifford as well. I'm quite happy to get rid of, or at least keep for the time being. Maguire is retiring. So right now, I just need someone else on that right-hand side, because on the left, we already have Dembele and O'Brien. Now we need someone else to compete with Lyndon Gooch, and that is, of course, Madueke. Now we are going to go in for him one more time. And there's only a couple of days as well until the first game of the season, and ideally, I'd like to have this deal done before the first game of the season. I've just thought, by the way, how have I only just noticed this? Why do I look like this? Why have I got no hair? How have I only just noticed this? I bet you guys have been seeing this the whole time. Why is everyone looking like this? Why has everyone got a bald head? What the hell? How have I only just noticed this? We're literally coming towards the back end of the episode, and I've only just noticed that I'm some bald geezer. I'm going to start off by offering 8.5 million. He wants 10.4, which is a little bit more than I would have liked. How about 9 million? And we'll try and ship off someone else. How about Brad Smith? Just to get him off the books. What do they think about that? No, they definitely don't want Brad Smith. 10.4 million they're sticking with. I might have to accept that, you know. Oh, I don't really like this at all. Wingers, let's try another youngster, because I feel like they'd take a youngster. Albert Clifford, take him, And the new transfer fee of 9.5 million, maybe. Will they take that? Come on, please. Okay, they will actually take Clifford. They do want Clifford, but 9.8 million. I'm just going to accept that. I'm not going to push it any further, so hopefully now we can get this over the line. But why am I bald? Why is everyone bald? But even the managers we're speaking to look exactly the same as well. Let's have a look at the edit manager. I shouldn't be looking like this. Yeah, that's what I should be looking like. What is going on here? Right, let's try and get this Madueke deal over the line. Okay, so there I am. I'm bald again. I don't understand where the hell this has come from. All of a sudden... Oh, never mind. Whatever, it's FIFA. You expect this shit, don't you? He'll want a crucial squad role, I'm guessing. Let's give him crucial. Give him a 5-year deal if he's happy with that. He is happy with that. He's got a player face as well, which I really, really like. So that was a good suggestion from you guys. You guys know how much I love a player face. Now, this is where things can get a bit tricky. I'm going to offer him 10k. See what he says to that, because I can't imagine him being on too much more. Yes, he's happy with it. Get in. We have signed him just before the first game of the season as well. So that is all the players I wanted to bring in. We've lost a couple more players than I actually originally anticipated, but I'm happy with the players we have brought in, and I hope you guys are as well. Van der Voort, Emmanuel, Madueke, Adebayo, Sims, and Miranda as well. For the money we had in our transfer budget, I think we've done very, very well there. So let's have a look at Madueke. First of all, I am going to change his kit number. Maguire is retiring at the end of the season, so I think I am going to be handing over the number 7 to Noni Madueke. As you can see, acceleration 84, sprint speed 78. It's not amazing, but he's only 19. He's rated 74. He's currently one of our highest rated players. Of course, French is currently rated 75, so he's the second highest rated player within the squad. I'm quite happy with that. Now, if we have a look at how much money we actually do have left in the transfer budget, we do have 701k. Now, the only way we can really make up a little bit more money is through selling off some of the youngsters, which hopefully at some point we do get offers for them. But even so, if you are to bring anyone else in, I think it would have to be a loan deal, which is something we're probably going to have to do in the next episode. So if you think we should bring someone in on loan, more than likely a central midfielder, that would probably be the best bet to try and cover the cracks a little bit there. Then let me know in the comments down below who you think we should maybe go for. But now the time is up. We are going to be starting our championship campaign against Sheffield Wednesday at the Stadium of Light. So this is the lineup we're going to go for. We have Van der Voort making his debut, Hume, Adebayo, Willis, O'Nien, Dembele, Dobson, Bryce, Madueke also making his debut as well, with French and Jones up top. And as you can also see, we have put it onto Legendary, which I'm quite scared about now because we've done all this with the transfer window, and I have a feeling we're just going to get absolutely battered here. But fingers crossed. Let's get into it. And here we are back at the Stadium of Light. We are back in the Championship, taking on Sheffield Wednesday. If we looked at their lineup, they had some pretty decent players in there, and their system seemed very defensive with the 5 across the backs. This could be a bit of a challenge to get through that back line. But we do have a lot of pace within our squad now. Our central midfield seems a little bit off the pace in terms of rating, but I think we will get there in the end. I'll be happy with a draw, to be honest with you. I just don't want to lose our first game of the season back in the Championship. Come on, lads. Go on, Dobson. Can we switch the play? It's one for Madueke to chase. It's a bit of a hopeful one, but I think he's going to keep this one in. He is. It's still Madueke. He does whip in towards the near post, and it nearly finds Ricky J. Jones, and what a decent chance that was. It was the first chance for either side. Really, it's been a really scrappy opening to this game. Coming down this left side now, Sheff Wednesday. Hold him up, hold him up, hold him up, hold him up. Please no, please no. Get into him. There we go. Well played. Come on, let's break. It is Madueke. Go on, son. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All the way. All the way. Push him. Push him. There's no one in the middle at all. Can we sweat it? Please. Surely. Finish. It's in. Get in, son. Get in. It's 1-0. It's Ricky J. Jones who held off his run. I thought there was going to be no one there, but we've absolutely sweated it just like we did in League One. Get in. It's 1-0. Madueke driving down that right-hand side. And there we go. It's the late run from Ricky J. Jones who thumps it into what is basically an empty net. Get in! Like I said earlier, I lost almost every single game I played on Legendary when sort of practicing for this season opener. So I'm hoping that this is a sign of things to come. Send him. There we go. And it is Madueke again. Can he knock it on one more time? Yes, he can. For Ricky J. Jones. Can this be 2? It's in. It's 2-0. And it's Ricky J. Jones who gets it again. Come on. We're absolutely flying here. There's been 2 chances in this entire first half. Both of them have fell to Ricky J. Jones, and he's put them both away as well. Madueke again with yet another assist. Hopefully that is another sign of things to come. And it's a lovely finish from the youngster. Come on. Now they are coming down this left side. Sheff Wednesday, hold them up. We've defended so well so far. Let's not give it away now. Oh, Come on, come on. Hold him up. Don't let him get it in. Don't let him get it in. He has done. The toying with us there on the left side. That shows easy, Van der Voort. Why has he punched it? Jesus Christ, bring back Burge. Obviously, I'm only joking, but there goes the half-time whistle. And it's been a terrible game. A really, really poor game. A real lack of quality from both sides, really. As I mentioned earlier, there's been 2 chances throughout the entire game, and they both fell to Ricky J. Jones. Chef Wednesday do kick us off at the stadium light for the second half. Oh no, they are breaking now, and it's an effort that's been saved by Van der Voort, and he's gathered it in the end. A bit dodgy there, but luckily it's come to nothing for Chef Wednesday. Now I am going to bring on Ellis Sims and bring French off. I don't think French has really been particularly effective so far in this game, so I brought him off, and there's a corner that's been cleared away. It's lovely stuff, and it is. Sims on the edge of the box. He scored straight away. The substitute, the youngster, who we've just picked up on a free agent, has made it 3-0. Get in. This really is the perfect start to the season. I can't believe this. As I was telling you before, I practiced about 7 or 8 times, 7 or 8 games, and I lost almost every single one of them, and I won 1 of them. Sheffield Wednesday have been really poor in this game. Both sides haven't been great, but every chance we've made, it's us who have scored and took advantage. 3-0 after the hour mark. Well, this is really, really good football now, and it's Denver Hume. He likes to drive forward. Lovely stuff there from Denver Hume. Can he get it across goal? Yes, he does. Can he find his man? It's 4. Oh, my word. It's 4-0. This is absolute dreamland, and Ricky J. Jones gets a hat-trick on his opening game of the championship season. And I just said championship wrong, but who cares? It's Denver Hume who puts the ball in. It's inch perfect. You could argue the keeper should do better there. 4-0. Dreamland. It really is. They're coming down the left-hand side though now, and it's been blocked by Luke O'Neill. That's the thing though. I think we've just defended so well in this game. Every time they come forward, we've managed to get a challenge in, get blocks on, headed every ball that's come into the box away. I say that now. Get there first, Willing Adebayo. Luckily, he's 6'4", so he's going to win everything in the air. Now here is Madueke, who holds it up well. Can we get this one away? Yes, we can. I can see Dembele. Can he make his move? He's actually passed it to the wrong man there. I think Ellis Sims should have left it. Adebayo trying to get the ball in again, and it is Denver Hume. Our wing-backs, or our full-backs at least, have been brilliant so far this afternoon. And it is Denver Hume who's going to break again. It's him who's sort of starting almost every single attack here, and it is Ellis Sims who's driving forward. He's going to go for a second here. It is Ellis Sims, and it's just floated over the bar. The team just feels so good right now. Can we maybe go for a 5th here? It is Dembele flying down this left-hand side. He needs support. It is still Dembele. Cuts inside really well there. It is Dobson. Flicks it on. Bryce, can he finish it off? I can't believe it. I absolutely cannot believe it. It is 5-0 in the opening game of the championship season. This is madness. This is absolutely madness. I'm gobsmacked. Lovely play there. Onto Dobson. One more to Bryce, who just puts it beautifully into the top corner. You just couldn't have written this. And there goes the full-time whistle. 5-0. It's just something I definitely wouldn't have predicted before the game. I'm not complaining. This team feels absolutely insane. Either that or Chef Wednesday just really bad. But the majority of it was a very scrappy game, particularly the first half. There were very little chances. We were just putting every single chance we had in the back of the net. 5-0. But that will be it for the episode, guys. And for the time being, we can look at that. What a beautiful view that is. Top of the championship. I can't see it staying that way. That must have just been a one-off because, like I say, I've tried and tested the legendary difficulty so many times, and I was getting battered. I just never expected to score 5 goals. I was struggling to make chances, let alone score 5 goals when I was practicing on that difficulty. But either way, I'm really happy with that. But of course, in the comments, let me know what you think we should do in the transfer window going forward. If you think we should make any more moves, or do you think we are good for now, let me know down below. But if you have enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sassy Army. But for now, you take care and stay jammy.